didn't know either. But they were prepared. The wise they were prepared. But the foolishness, they didn't prepare. They didn't prepare themselves whenever the bridegroom came. But they found themselves on the other side. Let's not find ourselves on the other side, which is the side that Christ don't want us to be. Let's not find ourselves on the other side. Because that other side wasn't meant for us. It wasn't meant for us. Let's not make it hard on ourselves when it really don't have to be. The gospel is meant for those who want to obey it. We want the world to obey the gospel. But the ones that already obey the gospel, we have to continue to obey it. So we won't forget who we are, who we belong to. That's why Paul talked to them Christians in Corinth. Because in so many words, they were hard-headed. They were hard-headed. Because they were doing things that wasn't pertaining to God's will. And Paul had to go in there and straighten those people out. And sometimes we have to be straightened out to get us to see how really serious God is. It is. And he means what he says. Just like we mean what we say when we talk to our children, we mean what we say. But it's going to be some repercussions behind it if it don't be done. Amen?
Amen.
It's going to be some repercussions. But God is a just God. He stands by his word. And on next Sunday, Brother Sean will not be here next Sunday, but I will be up here again next Sunday. But I want to talk about next Sunday about the dangers of being unprepared. The dangers of being unprepared. I know I touched a little bit on it just a few minutes ago, but I want to touch on some more about the dangers of being unprepared, because there's some conditions of being unprepared. There's some conditions, but we'll touch on that next week about what the conditions of being unprepared. But don't forget this, please. Do not forget this lesson. Don't be called unprepared, because you should be woke at all times. And because Christians should be prepared, let their light shine. The 2 points I wanted to bring out this morning. But I hope and pray that everybody got something out of this lesson this morning, that we can understand that how important it is to keep in memory of the gospel of Christ. Whenever Jesus Christ come back to his church, we want to be risen with him when he come back to his church. We want to be a part of that number that said, I was a good and faithful servant unto you. Don't be the one that the door was shut and you can't get in. Let's not be the one in that number. Because there's so many people that's dying without Christ. Don't know him. Don't have no relationship with him. But it's a sad thing when people don't know who Christ is and don't have no interest in who he is. But they have a lot of interest in doing contrary to God's will. That's mind-boggling. The one that created you, no one obey him? But the gospel is the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. How he died, and he was buried, and he rose again the third day. We just read that. Mark chapter 16, verse 15 to 16 says, go in the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth is baptized shall be saved. Who believeth not shall be damned. Whoever entrusts their soul to Christ will be saved by baptism. Baptism, the Greek word for baptism is